Guys, look. Hero's in there trying to play with Walter and Champ. They're kind of ganging up on him right now, though. You know, the crazy part is that one of those two is actually his brother. If somebody was watching and didn't know, well, that's something, Champ. Champ really does think he's the alpha. You would think it's Walter, but I think Champ actually is the alpha of those three. In any case, though, somebody who didn't know any better, I wouldn't blame you for thinking that the two white ones are brothers, and then that's either like the third run of the litter brother, or that's like from a different litter altogether. But the fact of the matter is that Champ, the all white right here, and then Hero, the little one, are both brothers. And then Walter, the white one with the brown spot, is the one who's born from a different litter. He has a different mom. But those two white ones act just like brothers. You would think that they're dang near identical twins the way they behave. Hero, are they beating you up, buddy? They giving you a rough time? Rough housing you a little bit? Oh, it's okay. It's all in good fun, buddy. You know, this exact scene. Oh, Hero's taking it to his brother. Oh, and brother's fighting back. This is like a WWE match. Oh, crap. Monday Night Raw actually started, speaking of which. I need to go in there and watch it. Good thing I finished all my chores. I'm just sitting here getting a video for y'all. But, no, that scene you just saw is identical to what I lived a lot of growing up. Hero is how I felt from my point of view. I was a little, instead of a little brother, I was a little cousin. And those two over there, the big ones, were Jake and Dustin. I was about 10, Dustin was 17, and Jake was 15. Seeing them just do all the things that they were doing, being in high school, being grown up, like cool. They were your stereotypical cool teenagers, popular in school. It's just, everything they did was so awesome to me, and I wanted to be just like them. They were my heroes, if you will. I get it, because his name is Hero. No, those were my heroes when I was growing up. Of course, my dad, too. But my dad was like my playmate, like my dad. My dad was, you know what I mean? Like, he was my dad. And those were like my cousins that I thought were cool. It's a little bit different. Just a different dynamic altogether. But no, this here is the exact... Dang, he just slung you back, Hero. You got to get some meat on those bones, buddy. I've been feeding you. I think it's just because he fell so far behind when he was little that he hadn't been able to fully catch up yet. Maybe someday he'll catch up, but I know he's lagging behind a little bit. No, but this here is the exact same thing. It's just me trying to fit in, trying to play with Jake and Dust, but them just manhandling me, roughhousing. Wanting to be a part of whatever they were doing. I wanted to play too. It was mostly football, and then video games. Certain video games I wanted to play it with them, but I stuck out like a sore thumb. It's okay though, because that roughhousing, they weren't overly violent with me. They were just a little bit rough, the way the older cousins and brothers usually are. But those experiences made me tough. They made me stronger. They made me resilient. They helped me learn to accept defeat, knowing that I don't gotta always win everything, and it's okay to have fun and have a good time. They made me come out better as a person, I think. So maybe it's tough. It's heartbreaking seeing my baby kind of getting roughhoused a little bit, but maybe he needs it to kind of maturate, grow up and get strong and mature. Understand that he is not the king everywhere he goes, because I've probably made him think that everywhere he goes, it's all about him and he's the king. But out here with these guys, he'll get humbled real quickly. Real quickly. Real quick. I guarantee you, as soon as I bring him out here, he's gonna start doing stuff like that to Chia, to me, to Megan. He's gonna, the same way that Jake and Dust would do things, and then I would go home to my mom's house during the week, and I would do something that I saw Jake and Dust do, and my mom would be absolutely mortified, thinking, what did you just do? Where did you get that from? And I was like, oh, well, Jake did it, or oh, Dusty does it. And she's like, Ellie, like, you know what I mean? And so Hero's gonna go home and start doing stuff that's gonna absolutely mortify me. And when I ask him where he learned it from, he's gonna say, oh, Hero does it, or oh, Champ does it, or oh, Walter does it. And I'm gonna be like, my, oh my, son. But see, There's always somebody bigger and always somebody stronger. Even Walter and Champ know not to mess with Peggy Pig. And Peggy Pig knows not to mess with the geese. The geese know not to mess with, who are the geese afraid of? Us. I know not to mess with Ringo. Ringo knows not to mess with Tex. I don't guess Tex is anybody that he knows not to mess with. The point is that there's always somebody bigger, always somebody stronger. Tex probably knows not to mess with Santiana. Santiana perhaps knows not to mess with my dad. I don't know. Maybe there is somebody at the top of the totem pole eventually. Maybe eventually there is somebody who doesn't have to be worried about anybody else messing with them. But you know what I mean? Unless you're that one person, you always need to respect whoever's above you. Speaking of someone who's near the top, hey Ringo, I know Pig Trudy's afraid of you. So are every single human that lives here. Almost all of us are. There may not be anybody above you on the totem pole for that matter. I don't know. Still a good boy regardless though. Alright guys, so if you listen carefully, just listen. Of course he stops right when I start recording. There it is. You hear somebody screaming, making an obnoxiously loud noise over there. That's Champ's scream. I know all their distinctive noises they make. That's Champ's. That's him right there. I don't know why he's doing that though. Buddy! Not you, Hero. Hero's right here beside me. You're fine, buddy. You have your parent. Looks like he's kind of lost looking for his parent. That's probably what it is actually, is that he's lost. That's Sissy. That's what it is, he's lost. I don't see his mama within sight anywhere. I bet you that's what it is. Oh wait, I see his mama right there, duh. His mama's right over there. Buddy, you literally see your mama. She's within eyesight. What are you so worried about, Champ? Silly boy. Let me get up high so I can see a little better. Look at them growing up. They're sitting there foraging, eating grass, like grown goats already. Not even 2 months old and he's already doing that. They grow up so fast, makes you want to shed a tear, doesn't it? Where did the time go? There's Carrie. I wonder where Walter's at. Walter's a little bit older than even Champ is. Champ's a month and a half, and I think Walter's at about 2 months right now. Those are our babies. So you see that Champ is kind of a mama's boy. He's a little bit homesick, that wasn't even very far from home, but even that little bit, it was a lot for him, and so he's crying and wants to come back to his mama. However, you look on the other side of the property, you got Walter Mellon. I don't know if you can see him behind the post. Walter Mellon has no care in the world whatsoever to be with his family. His mama Carrie is over there with the baby crew, as I call it, but Walter is having fun hanging out with the donkeys, doing his own thing. He was just laying with them. They were all cuddling together. 2 donkeys and a baby goat. He is just crazy impressionable. He thinks he's a goat. He's a donkey. Thinks he's a alpaca. Thinks he's a dog. Probably thinks he's a bird a little bit too. Anything that's been in there with him before, he thinks that he can be. Doesn't quite work like that, Walter. He thinks it does though. But he's mature. He doesn't get homesick at all. I hardly ever see him with his mom anymore. Sometimes I do. I mean, that's still his mama and he still loves her. I'm not saying that, but he's just so dang independent, and he really likes to fend for himself. Look at him. Donkey Dan's rolling over there, and that's immediately who he goes to. Case in point proven right there. And Donkey Dan just had to sit there and put up with it, which is now going to be for the rest of his life dealing with dang Walter. Kind of like Chia. Kim, oh, and he goes to Imogene. He's like, hey man, what's up? Kind of like Chia. Chia was supposed to be Kim's pet. Kim was the one who originally got her when Connor was a baby. Good little pet for the home, safe and tiny. But then, at some point, Chia just found somebody else that she attached to and just totally abandoned Kim. And for those of you that don't know, that would be me. Chia found me and just left Kim. And Chia has not left my house ever since. And so Walter has just seemingly left his mama for the donkeys in the same way. There he is hanging out with Annie now. He really hangs out with anybody. He don't care. He's fearless. He's not afraid of anything. You can see his horns all the way from here. That's crazy. Not literally not now that he's gone behind the side-by-side, but right before that you could see his horns all the way from here. That's remarkable.